I'm your host, Luscious Leisha. Today we have the co-host Kepi Carter here, and also our lovely Miss Paislee Haze, who is a trailblazer in the industry of camming, as well as CEO of the Mattress Actress Academy. What's up, guys?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Kepi, how are you today?
I am good. I'm a bit tired, just woke up, but gotta get up and go to work, right?
That's right. You gotta hustle. Paislee knows how to hustle, right?
Well, I've been hustling since I was a kid.
She's fantastic.
She is. When I was talking to you earlier, I said we had interviewed a few times before. But where do you want to start? Do you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I'm Paislee Haze. I've been a cam girl for about 6 years.
She also has, she teaches cam girls how to be, tips and tricks on how to be better. She's an instructor to a lot of different women. You can consider her a mentor because she knows what she's doing. She's very honed at her skills. So if anyone needs assistance, of course, they should definitely reach out to her. I personally did, and I'm great at what I do now. So it's all thanks to her.
Yeah, by the way, guys, this is Dennis. I forgot to introduce you. I do apologize.
You're fine. I'm the director of operations to Mattress Actress Academy.
Yes.
So we work hand in hand.
Yes.
What is Mattress Actress Academy?
Mattress Actress Academy is my course that I teach people, grown-ups, how to be a phone sex operator, cam girl, content creators, just overall influencers.
She also goes over like how to grow your social media and stuff like that too. There's many different things that get taught. It's not just like, phone sex and stuff like that. A big portion of it is though. So.
I was told when I asked my students, they get into it for motivation and mental health purposes. One thing I have noticed, and we can kind of touch on that if you want to, but a lot of people I get in my classes have like bad ADHD, their anxiety's bad, they lack of motivation, they don't feel confident. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really get unattractive people. So I just was like, why the hell are y'all not motivated? And they get in there, like I have one student, she just told me she reached her $5,000. Because during the course, I said, before this course ends, I want you to have reached $5,000, and she did.
That's great.
So, I think it really gives them the confidence. I do teach a lot of the logistics. So if someone doesn't know how to do it, obviously it's a good thing. But I think my students that buy the classes versus a consultation get into it more for support and community.
Yeah, and I would say Mattress Actress is good for beginning cam models, for seasoned cam models, veterans. I mean, because there's always something new to learn.
Yes.
Paislee has these little golden nuggets of knowledge that I just love picking up when I watch her. I do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, if you guys are watching and you're new, like Paislee is the one that you want to definitely talk to. Definitely. Her courses are well worth it, and she knows what she's doing. She's been in the industry for quite a bit. 5 years, 6 years?
6 years. I'm going to be on year 7. Wait, okay, let's add it up. I started November 26, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So this year will be
6 years. It'll turn 7 next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a long time for a cam model. I mean, it's not just what you do right now, but I mean, a lot of people just drop off because it's hard.
It is hard work.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. You have to be dedicated to it. And, just sitting there for hours is draining.
It is.
You're giving your energy to all these perverts.
Yeah, exactly. And then it comes in, me and Kepi were talking about the token sites. Like I've always been on Chatterbait and she's on Streamate. So it's like totally two different worlds. So you can get drained. Like I got drained really fast on Chatterbait. I was on there for almost 5 years. I haven't streamed on there in a while, but I'm moving on over to Streamate.
Okay.
Here, that's where it's at. The sleep shows, man. The sleep shows.
That's why Mattress Actress is really beneficial because she also, when you do sign up for the course, you also get the access to the accountability group. And that's a group that we hold for, 3, maybe
3
4
hours. Sometimes we go longer.
And we ensure that when you join, you get on the lines, you are doing what you're supposed to. And it motivates people. We're all there just trying to make money, trying to educate each other. So it's definitely beneficial.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Paislee too, and like Kepi and I, we don't gatekeep anything. Like, if you have questions, ask us. In the industry, it's just hard to find people. When I first started, like I've said before, I had to figure it all myself, and it took a long time.
I did a year and a half of research, year and a half's worth of research before I even got in the industry, before I made an OnlyFans, before I got into camming, before I did any of that. I watched all the YouTubes, I did all the research, I did everything that I needed to do, and I was prepared when I got on. I didn't have that. I had that shock, don't get me wrong, but it was a lot more prepared and I knew a lot more, and I knew I didn't know what I was doing, but I was a little bit more prepared. Yeah, let me say that, because I still don't know what I'm doing half the
You were
time.
really prepared. You did it a year before?
Yeah.
I
Well,
I
I was struggling getting an ID because it was right before the pandemic. I was having issues, and then the pandemic hit, and I couldn't do anything. So
yeah.
technically, this is year. So I started in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And then 2019, I started doing video chats on Facebook. Don't recommend that, guys.
No,
I do
Facebook's not a
not
good
recommend.
platform. Don't use that.
Don't do that.
I remember
So
you
yeah.
said that you love to educate yourself, which I think is fantastic because in this industry, with how policies change, you keep up to date. And I think that's fantastic that you choose to educate yourself before you do anything that you do.
Yeah, always remain teachable is something that I live by. I have to, because, like you said, it's always changing, and I always just want to be on the up and up.
Me too. I'm learning something new every day.
Me too. I read every day. I have like all these Kindle books. I'm always trying to learn something different. It's good to keep your brain going, especially when you're sitting here for hours in front of people. Sometimes it gets a little dull.
The self-discipline you have to work in this industry is insane.
Yes.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. They think that, oh, I'm just going to do this and the money's just going to come flying in. And it's like, no, you have to, if you really want to make good money, put in the hours.
Yeah.
You have to, your hours must match your
Yeah.
goal.
We had talked about setting the calendar, setting a schedule. You have to do that. Don't be stupid like me for the first year and I didn't. And I was all over. You definitely, Paisley, you're huge with the scheduling.
Yes. I make my schedule every Sunday. It takes me about 2 hours to make my schedule every week. Because I'll sit and do my sales projections and just tweak up things and just make sure I go over it. I time block everything, including my sleep, because I don't want to set an unrealistic schedule. I want to reach 1,500 to 2,000 a week, and there's no way in hell I'm gonna do that without doing it.
Exactly. I have to see things in front of me because I have ADHD, and I have to see that shit. So I'll write down when I'm gonna take a break, when I need to do this, when I need to do laundry. Like I have to be precise like that to get things done. And it's okay if everyone needs to do that. If you're new, like don't be ashamed of making a schedule, like micromanaging yourself, because to be successful, you really have to.
For sure.
Yep.
I think you have to figure out what your schedule is too. Trial and error is a big thing with, trying to figure out like whether you want to work in the evening or in the morning, or if you're able to work in the evening or in the morning, you have that. And do not, oh my God, please do not quit your day job, you guys, until you figure out if you can do this in your
yes.
schedule.
Huge.
That is a huge deal. So me personally, I was fired. So I kind of have the privilege of going into it and pushing this and doing the 40 hours.
Me too.
Yeah, same with me too. I was fired, didn't have a job, unemployment ran out, so I'm like, I'm gonna go sell some dirty panties,
But if you're still working a job, getting into this, make sure that you're making 2 times your paycheck for about 6 months before you quit.
That's me. I have 2 jobs and I do this on the side. So I'm getting ready to leave one of them to make more time for this.
Nice.
So.
Now, do you stream at all?
Nope, just lines right now. I might get
He's a PSO.
Yeah.
Nice.
You
Sweet.
do PSO with cam or just strictly phones?
Just phone.
I'm growing into it.
Nice.
Growing into it. Learning I'm taking baby steps.
Do you like it?
Hmm?
Do you like it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I like PSO stuff too. I love Sex Panther. I'm all of it.
It's interesting. It's a new thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
You learn how to do things every day.
Yeah, that's that. And then we talk about learning. Like, there's always a new fetish. I'm like, what did you say? Like, what is that? Like, it's kind of interesting.
I learned so much from the course itself, like the terminologies, femdom and all of it. It's just I didn't know the terminology back then, but now I do. So
yeah, that's another thing for
literally.
beginners.
Go ahead.
Another thing for beginners is like the terminology. When I get into this, I didn't even know what a POG was. No idea, So you got to.
That's why I really enjoy the shadow calls that Mattress Actress offers. The shadow calls where you hear live calls is fantastic.
Yeah, I think they should know basic terms like JOICI, cook, sissy, femdom.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
just writing a
Edging.
script for a YouTube for a YouTube video. I was just writing a script about terminology because when I started, I didn't even know what JOI meant. Like I learned from Noah Bensi what
Like,
JOI
what's
meant.
CAI? What's CAI? Like, I don't know what
So
that is.
just
Now
the
that's
very,
the first person I started watching too. I love Noah.
Mhm.
I've never even heard of her till Peppy told me. I have to check her out. Noah,
Yeah.
how do you spell her last name?
Noah Bensi. She has Secret Life of a Cam Girl on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
You said you didn't know what JOI is?
I did not know what JOI meant when
Do
I
you know
got
what
in the
it was now?
industry. No fucking clue. Didn't know.
But Alicia, you know what it is?
I do know what it is
now,
now.
but not when I first started, or CAI, I had no idea. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I can do that, definitely. So you touched on mental health as well, Paislee. How does Mattress Actress incorporate that into, if you were to take a class there, how do you incorporate that into your classes?
Okay, so I think a secret that I don't like say because I'm mostly focused on telling people like it's helping you learn is we do weekly affirmations. So I give my students weekly affirmations.
I love that.
Love that. My drive and focus will allow me to achieve my goals, different things. Each week we get a new one. My students typically are with me for about 8 to 10 weeks. So I'm on their ass.
You have a good relationship, you build a good relationship, and throughout you can still retake courses when they're done with the academy. You have an actual graduation and everything, right?
Yes. We're actually having a graduation this Wednesday, so I'm excited. I'm gonna post it on YouTube.
She also takes time to check in and make sure that she asks, like, how's your mental doing? So she's very in tune with her students. It's not just like a teacher-student vibe. It's more like, I really care. I genuinely want you to succeed. And I think that's what's the difference between her and a lot of other people that I've seen. She genuinely takes the time out of her schedule to make sure her students succeed. And it's not just like 1 to 2 hours, like it's hours.
Yeah, I don't think people realize, because they're like, why is your course 600? But first off, you get me for 8 to 10 weeks. You get class hour time twice a week. Every Sunday is when it's the big mental health check-in and our schedules and stuff. We do study halls for 3 hours. We do accountability sessions for 3 hours. And they're in a Telegram group where I talk to them pretty much every day, all day. So you really, I give them me, honestly.
Yeah. They have you as a mentor, like pretty much anytime.
Yeah.
And I feel like, that it's noted that she's taking time out of her own schedule to make, her own, stuff and work. So.
Yeah, you're actually a teacher, like a real teacher.
Yes.
You don't get that elsewhere. You don't get that elsewhere. You really don't. When you take classes, you pay $600 and you get like a book and a PDF.
Yeah.
I think
so they're with me.
Yeah.
I think that teaches accountability and, in the first place to be, not only do they have to be with you or they have to put in the work, and then you're going to get your money back after that. If you put in the work to do it, you're going to get double or triple that back in the end. So
my students make that $600 within the first 2 weeks. They make it back.
With the information that they get taught. And the sooner they join, the better, because they can start knocking out specific tasks, because she gives them daily tasks and homework. But she does offer other modes. Like some people, she teaches people from all over the world. And, sometimes the times don't work out. But she does her consultations as well as the course. And she also does the self-paced course, which I think is fantastic to people who need to do it on their own, to fit their own schedule. So.
And also, I get about half people from the UK, and then the other half's from like the US, and then it's always like 1 or 2 students from Canada. I love the UK and Canada. I got a big audience there.
That's how it's always been with me with camming. Like, I love the UK guys. They're so much nicer. No offense, Dennis. They're so much nicer than the ones I've talked to in the US,
I feel it's true. That you are completely correct. Different fetishes, different vibes, all of that.
Yeah.
So.
But that's the one thing, like, I have a huge thing with is mental health. Like, I'm always like, you got to advocate for yourself. You got to take care of yourself, especially in this industry. It's hugely important. I know Kepi believes it too.
What do y'all do to stay like sane?
What do? I do affirmations every day in the morning and before I go to my vanilla job. I do meditation a lot. I read a lot. So I do.
I reward myself. I like to reward myself, whether it's watching a show, eating some ice cream, going somewhere, like just little tiny rewards. It works for me. Especially when I log off, I just want to decompress, you know? It's just the little things that help.
So how do y'all cope with burnout?
I quit camming.
You completely stop?
Yeah. Yeah, I too. I was like really going through a bad mental thing. And my home life wasn't good, so I was just like everything at once, and my bipolar was out of control. I was off my meds. So yeah, I actually started camming a couple weeks ago again, like on and off, but I'm gonna be going on streaming more. But yeah, it was too much. I worked every day of the week. I never took a break for myself. There was no self-care. I was just going all the time, and I crashed.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I can see how it happens. One of my students during the course, she went mute. Like she literally stopped talking. So we just had to be patient with her. Then I had another student. She had to switch up her meds. So the 2 weeks while she was working on like switching up her meds and stuff was a little rough, but I still talked to her. And we still stay focused.
Very important. Very, very important.
I gave her like little tasks to do, so it didn't feel overwhelming because it's hard, but we still got to make money, you know?
Exactly, and it's hard. Like I totally quit and got like this, part-time vanilla job, which I still have and I do once in a while. But it's like, wow, I like totally went off the rails because I didn't take care of myself for a whole entire year. And it's very, very important. You have to do that shit, or you're just gonna crash like I did. I was a hot mess express, but I'm coming back soon.
You mainly cam?
Yeah, it's my full-time job.
Do you do phone lines?
Yeah, I'm a Sex Panther operator as well. I
was
sell.
gonna say, 'cause you can, if you get burnt out by cam, you could just.
I was sick of it all.
You
Like
were
I
sick of it
I was sick of all my clients. I was sick of everything. I was being mean all the time. Like I gotta get off for a bit.
That's rough. That's rough. That does happen.
It does. You get mean with your people. You're like, don't come in my room, or you're hitting that break button all the time. You just need to log off. Like I say to myself every single day, just log on. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Make a couple bucks, log off. Switch over to Sex Panther. Sex Panther's been coming in a clutch for me. Like,
love it.
Good.
Yep. Yeah, I wasn't forcing myself because if I knew if I was in a mood, I didn't want to get on there. I mean, it's just you really gotta check yourself. You really have to keep it in check.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you have any questions to ask Paisley, Cappy?
No, I think she covered everything I wanted to cover. I've just I wanted to bring up Mattress Actress Academy. I just wanted to tell you how compassionate you are. You really are. You're very compassionate with your students and how it comes through on all your channels and stuff. You're just a very you're a good person, Paisley. You really are. You come through as a very good person. You got good vibes.
Yeah, and you're down to earth and you talk real. And most people can't do that.
See, and that's another thing. I'm gonna keep it real with my students. I'm not gonna act like you're gonna get on here making all this fucking money like super quick. It could happen. I wish it for my students.
I like how like on her Instagram, guys, she'll be like, I'm busy. Don't bother me. Like she's blunt. I love that about you.
I love that.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta set boundaries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You have to set boundaries, and I'm so sorry. It's when I make messages like that. I don't know how they come across, but it's mostly for my peers.
Yeah.
Because they bother me all the time. I could be a likable person, but like I told them right now, and it may be rude, I'm not accepting friendships. I don't have time.
Yeah.
It will mess up my mental health, having to go from one person to the next person, hearing about their stuff. When I had just had 21 students, right? Plus I still have to work from myself and adult work. Plus I have a team. Like that's enough people to talk to. Plus my child. Got 5 dogs.
I don't think people understand.
Back,
I don't think people understand just how much people that teach have to take on. Like you have to take that on. You take your students, issues on yourself, and that's very detrimental to your mental health if you have to do that all the time. So taking a break is, girl, we ain't mad at you. Not at all.
I think people should understand that if someone is saying like, hey, I just need to be left alone right now, this is a business and it's also a lifestyle. If they can't accept that, then They either need a conversation to be had, or that, like you said, build that and establish that boundary, because it shouldn't be crossed. We all are just trying to survive out here. Every single one of us are doing what we need to do.
And
So,
like 21 students, let's talk about that. These women are not all from the same place. So we're coming from all different types of walks of lives. Plus, you got to realize they're not all the same age. So I don't know what people assume the ages of my students. I get a good 40 plus, but then I'll have my 20-year-olds, right? And they're a lot to deal with in their 20s. I recommend you start CAM 25 plus. That's just me. But
like that.
There are some babies in there. And then I had a 65-year-old in there. Gotta be a little more patient, you know?
Yeah.
They're all different races. They're all different everything. So it's just like a lot.
I just love the whole concept of Actress Academy, because my views on, don't start camming just because you're 18, you got out of school, you can start. You need to have, a good base and boundaries already built up. But I would say if you're looking to start and you don't know what to do, you don't want to look shit up yourself, check out Paislee. Join one of her classes. She has everything that you need to know more.
come to the community, join the community. That's my favorite part.
And if you ain't got no money, get your ass on Telegram, because I have about 200 people in there, and we give out so much free game every single day.
She does. I'm on there.
I'm on there too. I be peeping the Telegram.
We try to work with people who they say that they can't, afford it. We work with them as much as we can, and we make up a plan so that everything works out. Because we try to help them as much as we can. That's the main thing. Like, we want to help people. We want to see them grow. Best part is the community, like you said. It's like-minded individuals who will just all succeed. So
it's like all of us here. Like, we talk. I'm always checking stuff out. Like, you have to have the community. Because if you don't have it, because I didn't have it for a long time when I first started camming. I was alone for like 3 years. It sucked. It really sucked.
It's crazy to say that this community sometimes is even more beneficial than my own blood and family.
That's what I said a few episodes ago. Like, you guys are like closer to me than some of my street friends.
Yeah. I have a friend that cams. I met her on Streammate because I liked her style and I wanted to move more towards the dom. I'm a complete dom now. I don't do any submissive stuff, and I did all that in a year. Like, I completely learned everything that I needed to learn to be able to comfortably dom, but I learned it from her, and now she's back. I'm so excited. I talk to her all night when I work, and you need somebody like that. You need somebody to decompress with and to talk to and be like, girl, you know what kind of show I just fucking did?
Yeah.
And still, and it's nice. It's nice to have somebody, your work friend, that you can talk to, and don't be on your phone all the time. I'm not saying that, but I have a bad habit of doing that. I really do. I gotta stop. But it's nice to have people in the industry that understand what you're going through.
Definitely. And I feel comfortable with you guys to even ask you anything, And I'm like an open book too. Like, I'm blunt to the point, so I can ask me anything, like, anything. And it's like, you can't ask, people on the street certain things. Like, hey, check out this new dildo I got. Look at this shit. They'll be like, what? Like, look at that tongue vibration, Paislee, I want to ask you, since you first started way back in the day, what do you think has changed the most about you?
My confidence. When I first got in, I was 28, and I thought I was ugly. I didn't feel pretty. I was more pessimistic. And from 28 to 32, I did a lot of growth. And then 32, I'm almost 35, has been great. I found happiness.
So awesome.
I found people that actually give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just went through a horrible tornado where my power was off for 4 days, and who was reaching out to me? My YouTubers. Who let me stay at their house? My YouTubers. Who's offering to come provide food and stuff for my daughter? My YouTubers. Like, in this community, I forgot the question, but that's what's helped me the most, just having them.
Well, I'm gonna say, I started watching your channel on YouTube like way back a couple years ago, and like, I've seen a huge change in you.
What change have you saw?
Well, when you started, you were with somebody, you had a boyfriend, and sometimes when we have boyfriends, we act different. I don't know, you weren't yourself, but I saw, like, as you're coming along, like, this is you.
Your confidence.
You're a teacher, hunter. You're confident about everything, and that's beautiful.
And you're more business savvy, not business savvy, business, like you're more professional. Before you were, yeah, girl, I remember you was on the floor smoking a blunt
Yes.
and giving us game.
Because when I
And
started, I just wanted a friend. Like I
right.
wanted you to feel that friend vibe.
And
Mhm.
I completely did. And we've watched you grow. We've watched you grow, and now you're more, you're the teacher of Actress Academy. How exciting is that?
You're 35 years old. Round of fucking applause for you.
Right.
Good job.
Bro.
It's great. See, guys, in the industry, there's a huge stigma, but you can be whatever you want to be.
Mhm.
You can go get big like Paislee here. Just blowing everybody else out of the fucking water.
Over there nominated.
Oh,
Oh, are
yes,
you?
she's nominated.
Yes, she
Mhm.
is. When is that?
Yeah. I've been nominated 3 times for the XBiz Creator Awards.
Mm-hmm.
For best BBW cam model.
That's what you call hard work. She is amazing.
So when is that? When is it? When are they to choose that?
Well, they already chose the winner. I didn't win, but it feels great just to be nominated.
I think it's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
Ruby Sinclair won.
I don't know who
if
she
you
is.
know that is.
I've heard of her. I don't know who she is though.
Yeah.
So how did you get nominated? How did they find you when they first found you?
It's all fans.
Really?
It's all just fans voting.
How many fans do you have? Do you know?
I have over 30,000 on Chatterbait.
That's fucking amazing.
But honestly, I consider like my YouTubers my fans and supporters, and I just get so much love from them. They just support me no matter what.
It's because YouTube, it's more of a you. They get to see you for who you really are.
Yep.
It's the women for me. Fuck the men. Like it's all
Well,
it's the women support.
Are the girls, y'all?
He's versatile.
Yeah. But I'm happy I met her. She's taught me a lot. Like straight up, if you want a first-hand experience for somebody who met her and knows her, she is a very amazing friend, mentor, teacher, and she's taught me a lot. And that's what I'm thankful for. She took me. She doesn't realize how many people she's taken out of a dark place and has helped. As she doesn't even realize it, but she's helped so many people out of a dark place. So
we need more people like you, Paislee. We really do, because with the times today and camming and getting beaten down, not having boundaries, these new girls, and then they get into dark places really fast.
Really
the dark
fast.
places can take you over real quick, because I was there last year.
Life is difficult.
It is.
Oh.
It really is. So yeah, as you guys can see, like being in the sex industry, you can get great, you can be big, you can be something. Don't let people, if you want to do it, don't let people tell you, oh, you can't do that, or that's disgusting. No, it's not. Not at all.
It's the stigma that they put on it, and it's really like the stigma is horrible. You gotta do what you gotta do nowadays. And to have somebody who's willing to take time out of the day to teach you how to do it the correct way, that's amazing.
Right, and that's what we need. That's what these new girls need. They need a teacher. Because getting into it like we all did, just went into it and figured it out ourselves. Like, yeah, I did some stupid shit. I really did.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Same.
Yep. So, anything else you want to add? What is something?
Yes.
Some advice you want to give her, maybe?
Okay, I can give some advice, but I want to say check out mattressactressacademy.com if they want to check out my Etsy store or book a consultation or any of that. That would be the place to go. Be consistent. I don't want to say be consistent. Everybody says that, and it's like, but it's a hard one. People don't understand that.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to do your research. Don't get in thinking that you know everything just because you've been doing it 6 months, because you don't. I mean, I've been doing it 6 years and I still don't know everything. I know a lot. I know a lot to get people started, but everything, so when people call me an expert, I'm flattered, but I still don't think of myself like an expert.
Things that come up and change a lot in the industry, like weekly.
Yeah. Don't worry about what people are saying.
I was gonna say that.
I don't worry about what no one says. If you don't like me, whatever, get off my page. Like, I'm doing me, including the guys on cam. If you don't like, because I've had guys on cam trying to tell me how to do my show. No. Yeah. The Paislee Haze show, okay? This is not the fans choice show. Like, this is what I want to do. If you like it, cool. Come in, send me some tokens. If not, Go find the next girl. Stick with your boundaries. Don't do anything just for money. Don't get on the phone lines thinking you got to do taboo talk and talk about incest and talk about family and all that, because you don't. For my Black girls, for my Black and brown girls, you do not have to buy fake pictures of white girls to think that you're going to be successful, because a lot of them do. Oh, Black, brown, and any BBW of any race. You do not have to buy pictures of skinny models to be successful. You can be your size with all your imperfections, all your scars, all your stretch marks, and make money.
So it goes off to really just
Like,
be you, be true to yourself, and understand that you can just be you.
mhm.
Don't let anybody stop you, and try to remove as many blockers in your life as you can. Don't let anyone stand in your way between you becoming successful. And it takes a lot to get there, but you can get there. So
Yeah. I love all of that. Like when I first got into the industry, I didn't have any confidence. I'm still working on my self-esteem, but actually like being on here gave me more self-esteem.
I don't know why you're pretty.
don't say, "Hey, you're gorgeous, girl."
Never had it my entire life. It's strange. But yeah, I mean, you got to have confidence. You really do. And it's true.
As far as I'm concerned, we all do spells. We're witches. Bitch, get that confidence.
Right. I need to do a spell on myself.
Yes, please.
Do it.
I had a girl in my class just complaining that she wasn't making money. I gave her some advice. I said, take this, go make more money than me. She went and made $300 that same day.
Yeah.
And I made like $160 that day. And I was like, go, girl.
Yeah, it's all what you put out into the universe. Like your words are sharp. They make a difference. Whatever you say, you gotta be careful sometimes. Whatever you say, it can come back to you. You just gotta work at it. Yeah, if you guys are thinking you don't want to start in here because you're too fat or whatever, like no. There's somebody for everyone. Everyone likes somebody. Don't worry about that
There's
shit.
a fetish for everything.
Yep. Well, it was awesome having you today. What was that, Dennis? I'm sorry.
Mental health is really important in this industry.
Yes, it is. I know when I first got in there, I always thought like, oh, I'm not gonna make shit because I'm not skinny. But no, it's totally different. Like
The amount of money that I made once my confidence grew, like my money grew with my confidence. Like, and when I started saying no to stuff, my money grew as well. Like my boundaries, my confidence, all that like kicked my money up. So don't think you're gonna miss out on money. Don't have FOMO. FOMO is real in this industry and it's so stupid.
When you're first starting out, you are your worst enemy.
Yeah.
Straight up. If you can take yourself and realize that you are valuable and know your self-worth, you will be successful.
Especially yourself in the camera the first time, you're like, oh, gotta get used to that. That's just the first shock. Well, it's awesome having you again. I enjoy talking to you every time we chat. There's always something going on with you. I love it. And it's good to meet you, Dennis.
Yeah, it was definitely nice having, I appreciate y'all having me. Y'all will be seeing more of me. I'll be the director of operations for Mattress Actress. Y'all can reach out to me directly if you want to book consultations, have questions about the self-paced course, or questions about the course in itself. Just reach out to me directly and we'll get you taken care of.
And I'll put all their information in the show notes, guys. I'll put everything you need to know about it. So if you want to get a hold of Paislee, all her links will be in there. And, definitely get a hold of her. She's definitely an invaluable resource.
Thank you. I appreciate all that.
No worries. All right, it's great having you guys. Everyone have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.